Hey guys, Vijaya Timothy here. Welcome back to Everlasting Summer. On the last episode, we witnessed something interesting. This grumpy girl can actually play the guitar, and with such awesomeness. Wow. Olga Dmitrievna won't like it. Screw her. Yo yo, chill with the face, man, girl, said Alisa, getting steamed up. Fine, I'll come, I guess. We went shame at the dance party and the what chaps Skya Matt guitar skills. I would pick the latter. Good boy. I'm not a dog. She smiled strangely. I was just wondering if the decision I made was the right one when suddenly I was interrupted by ringing, calling the pioneers for lunch. I looked towards the canteen. I suppose it's time to go. Hunger is a sharp tone. I turned around with an intent to call Alisa to come along, but she looked so cheerless and down. Every musician should know when it's time to leave. I grumbled under my breath. Who is marching forward in a row? It is our pioneer squad. Pioneers in a row usually march to the canteen in the South Yarnock camp. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me, like what happened before, just so I can eat in peace. And for that, I have to at least not be the last one to come. But I was pretty sure whatever happens here happens whether I want it to or not. The canteen was crammed as full as an egg. As full as an egg? What kind of metaphor is that? Olga Dmitrievna was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk. Well, Semyon, were you working hard today? Hard enough. Well done, truly well done, and the hardest is yet to come. Wait, what? I just bat. Fine, take a seat next to the girls. She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Slavia, Ulyana. I don't want to sit near Ulyana and Lena were already sitting there. Not bad company. At least, not the worst. I got my meal and went up to them. Do you mind if I sit here? I caught myself sounding a bit clueless. There were no other free places anyway. No, of course not. Please do. Lena remained silent. Today the meal consisted of a plate of borscht. I suspected there was some meat lurking in it, but I had no evidence. Some paltry chances of chickenus domesticus, with fried potatoes and traditional glass of comfort. I found myself liking the local food more and more. I guess I just came to the conclusion that I have no other choice, which means that there's no use in complaining. Alright, this guy adapt quickly. Thank God there's something to eat. Coming to the ball tonight. I don't know. Though I already had my arrangements with Alisa. He'll come, he got nowhere to go. Hey, that's rude. Olyana said happily. It will come for sure. Of course, I can miss the opportunity to watch you make a fool of yourself. She got it right, so I decided not to reply. Man, what a brat. And what about you? I asked Lena. Yes. She replied briefly. See, you should go too then, said Slavia as if leaving me no choice. Don't forget to wear your tailcoat. Apparently Ulyana was so pleased with her joke that she laughed out loud. But I really had nothing to wear. How old is this girl, man? Like 5 years old? My wardrobe was just a pioneer uniform and my winter clothes, which will be inappropriate even in the evening. And what will you be dressed in, entertainer? Secret. Will be a little dress just like in a kindergarten's martini. Olyana turned red. Looks like I managed to offend her. Ha, take that, kid. No, I will wear a biohazard suit, just so I don't catch an infection from you. I wonder what kind of infection are you afraid of catching from me? Enough, you guys. Don't quarrel. Idiocy, of course. Looks like Ulyana was highly pleased with her, as she thought. Brilliant answer again. You know, if you already have the flu, you can't catch a cold. Two can play at that game. What are you implying? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all, you sweet, sweet innocent child. I look away slightly. Do you mean that? She went red again. I don't mean anything. Guys, given that it was Lena who interfered, it probably really was time to stop. You're asking for it. You're gonna get it. What? You finally wise up? Oh, what? Instead of replying, Oriana grabbed her plate filled with borscht and tipped it over my head. Oh, you did not just did that. This game had an unexpected finale. Oh, you little... She jumped up and tried to run away. Wait, what? But this time she won't get away. I grabbed her hand. And now what? I can just smash her head against the table. Haha. This pantomime lasts a few seconds. Suddenly, Oleana skillfully grabbed a glass full of comfort and splashed it in my face. Man, this girl is so rude. That way she managed to get free of my grip. She dashed off towards the counter and I chased her. This resulted in several flipped tables, a pile of smashed tableware, 5 pioneers crippled by various injuries and full exhaustion of both parties. A draw, sort of. A belligerent draw. With too much belligerence. We stood before each other and breathed heavily. Tell me you won't behave this way again. And you? Olga Dmitrievna snuck up on us from behind. When you think about it, such a riot couldn't go unnoticed. Well, I just have to spot with yourselves now. Her voice appeared to be calm, but I was sure she was just about to explode. And who's gonna clean up all this mess? Exactly what happened. Who? I'm asking you, who? You hit me? Why me? It was your fault in the beginning, replied Oriana with complete confidence. Her. I objected less confidently. Bo, why am I fighting with a little kid, man? This is so embarrassing. The camp leader brought a conclusive end to this ongoing argument. Of course, like, this guy is also like much older than her, if like given her like his past life. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of the blame is more than hers. Although Uyana didn't have a drop of guilt on her face. Beat it. I'm not cleaning. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is his fault. He started it first. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. I'm not going to sort out all that nonsense. Samyon, go grab a mop, a bucket, some clothes, you know, that kind of stuff in the closet, and ask for you. She looked at Oyana with such a burning gaze that I felt a bit sorry for the girl. You. Start to pick up the broken tableware immediately. Olga Dmitrievna took a deep breath and continued. You're nothing but trouble. Yeah, little girl got what she deserved. How many times have I told you? I decided to skip the lecture and went to the closet that appeared to be near the exit. Suddenly, a perfect idea flashed in my head. Why don't I just run away? Yeah, like a true man. Sure, Olga Dmitrievna has caught us already, but I'm not the one to blame. Of course, I'm not that true pioneer she keeps talking about, but in comparison to Ulyana, anyway, she's the principal culprit. It's not like I have nothing better to do than cleaning up the mess here. I have to seek answers. The truth is out there somehow flashed through my mind. Ooh, yeah, why not? Let's run away. The solution came out of thin air. While Olga Dmitrievna was scolding Ulyana, I snuck to the exit. Thank goodness it was nearby. Slipping outside, I hesitated for a few moments and went into electronic. Looks like he was working till late at the club. Where's the fire? Fire? My shuttle is leaving in 10 minutes. What? Hey, wait. Electronics words hung in the air behind me. I ran off towards the square. It's definitely not the best place to hide. Indeed, in a state of stress or fatigue, I frequently start talking to myself. Well, not really talking, but rather mumbling under my breath. It helps me to concentrate and find the right solution quickly. Okay, where to next? Where should I go? The best place will be the one with the least amount of people. Consequently, my way lies in the woods. Half a minute later, I was already relaxing, sitting on a stump near the forest trail. There was one hell of a getaway. I hope that will teach Uliana to behave. Indeed, she's not a child anymore. She is, technically. Was sad but true. Not a child anymore. Now a thought crossed my mind. I might have sort of mishandled the whole situation. A fair share of that broken tableware is because of me. Moreover, one might mention that I didn't have to engage in that mess at the beginning. It got me thinking. How's the way? Oh no! Busted. Slavia stood right before me. How does she manage to sneak up unnoticed? Thank goodness it's not Olga Dmitrievna. Fine. Those were the only words I managed to squeeze out of myself. I thought I'd find you here. Why? I'm not sure, it's just... She looked up at the sky. There are fewer people around here. Does Slavia really think I have some sort of a social phobia? On second thought, she actually has a good reason to think so. And what are you doing here? Looking for you. Okay. She smiled again, but this time her smile looked a bit different. A little friendlier, I guess. Me? Why? Can't you guess? I braced and prepared for a harsh lecture. Why lecture? Maybe she's just trying to confess her feelings, right? I understand that you're guilty to a lesser degree than Uliana. Now the camp leader's assistant is defending me. I felt even more pathetic. Damn, get serious, we're not playing bad cop or good cop here. But if I grant that you aren't gonna help her, you can at least help me. Saying that, Slavia looked up at the sky yet again. I wonder what she's looking for up there. And what do I need to do? We have to reorganize the books in the library. It's way better than disciplinary enslavement together with Uliana. And anyway, it was an offer I couldn't refuse. I'm all at your service, mademoiselle or madam? She laughed. Then follow me, monsieur. In a couple of minutes we were in the library. All the way I kept looking around in fear of meeting Olga Dmitrievna. It looks like Slavia didn't notice my anxiety. And still it's quite odd that she hasn't scoped me. Well, if we are to continue our analogy, Slavia is definitely the good cop. When we went inside, gleaming sunlight streamed through the windows of the library, with a myriad of dust particles dancing in the beams. This is a special library does with that distinctive smell that you can never confuse with anything else. These microscopic pieces of the moribund collected works at Marxism, Leninism classics. That's interesting, and does the dust near the fiction shelf smell similar to the dust near the books on physics and chemistry? You start with those rows. Slavia pointed at the bookshelf near Lenin's sculpted head. Okay, but what exactly do I have to do? Just remove the books from the shelves and put them on the floor. What? We'll dust them and then we'll put them back. You mean like remove the dust? Or, by looking at all this dust, reading is hardly the pioneer's favorite activity. Any idea where Xenia might be? Don't know, she probably went somewhere. Strange. It appears that there are just two places in the world where one can meet Xenia, the library and the canteen. Yeah. What a nerd. I got into gear. I guess I've never handled so many books in at one time in my entire life. Anyway, I'm much more used to reading from a computer screen or a tablet. Firstly, there's no need to pay for electronic books, and secondly, you cannot find everything in printed form. How's it going? I asked Slavia, standing behind the bookshelves. It's okay, it's going little by little. Have you read anything about that? About what? Well, about communism. Now I'm kinda more into historical books. And adventures. Me too. Well, historical literature wasn't exactly my favorite, but the class struggle under socialism was no match for it. Hey, don't hold a grudge against Uliana. I don't. She's just a kid. Indeed, I thought that my ego mostly recovered from the incident at the canteen. Besides, I managed to cleanse myself of the lunch leftovers in the forest lake. It's not like she's doing all that out of spite. Out of spite or not, one should think through one's own action. Or whatever. I kept moving around dozens of books written by people totally unknown to me. I'm gonna forget who they are in a minute, and I'll never get to know what they were writing about. That is the doom of my many writers, to become a forsaken set of letters in a hardcover on a bookshelf in the library of a non-existent pioneer's camp reality. Ooh, speaking the truth here. Have you finished? Yeah, I think so. Me too. Okay, let's do it this way. I'll wipe them down and you put them back to the shelves. But I don't remember what order they were placed in before. It's okay, nobody reads them anyway. Oh. It looks like she has a smile for every occasion. A couple of times I noticed slight difference. Shades of emotions in that smile. Joy, happiness, sadness. How can you even tell, man? Are you like a psychologist? But these shades were so evanescent. I wasn't really sure that I'm not imagining things. This time her smile looked a little flirty. Oh, now we're talking. Yeah, probably. At least I wouldn't be reading this stuff. Slavia was wiping the covers with a damp cloth, and I was putting the books back on the shelf. We were a good team. Our job was almost done. Why didn't you take anything from the upper shelves? Upper shelves? I look up. Sorry, I hadn't noticed them. Oh, it's alright. Wait a moment. I'll bring the chair. Even with my rather considerable stature, I wouldn't be able to get them. Wow, how tall is the upper shelf then? I stood on the chair and proceeded to remove the books from the shelves and pass them to Slavia. After a while, there were only about a dozen books left at the furthest end of the shelf. It looked to me like it wouldn't be hard to reach that far. I always been the type to take a larger bite rather than biting twice. And taking that bite without moving the chair under me became a fatal error. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go again. Opening my eyes, I found myself on top of Slavia. Are you alive? What kind of question is that? I got the fight of my life. Even if I'm only 17 now, falling off a chair onto a girl is something else. No, that's pretty cliche in an anime. I'm fine. Her face was only an inch away from mine. Anything broken? I don't think so. You make a rather bad stuntman. She laughed. You bad. I looked into her eyes. Just look. I wasn't sure what I should say. And Slavia either hesitated to or just let me take the lead. I just waited something might happen. Her lips were so close to mine. A natural desire started to wake in my body, but was it right? I had the urge to stand up, but was unable to do so. Slavia was just lying in silence and looking me straight in the eyes. All of a sudden, I noticed the bell ringing on the edge of my hearing. It's dinner time. Yeah. Shall we go? Or shall we lie here some more? She smiled again, and this time her smile seemed foxy to me, as if she was hinting at something. Let's go. I didn't move an inch. Well, if we're going to go, you need to get up first. Obviously. It felt like some invisible force was holding me in place. Slavia seemed to recognize that and carefully slipped up from under me. Are you going to stay there? She laughed. Well, that was a pretty interesting turn of event. At that point, I finally came to my senses and stood up. I'm sorry. That's okay. But we haven't finished at all. We'll have to clean up the rest later. Yeah, sure. I stayed silent all the way to the canteen. Slavia rambled on about her life in the camp, but given that it was indeed a monologue, I wasn't paying much attention. Oh no! Coming to the canteen, I saw Olga Dmitrievna on the porch. Don't you have some explaining to do, young man? Now remember what it was that I've forgotten. Nope. How was your cleaning duty? Eh? Good enough. That's not what Ulyana told me. It was all her fault. And she could be lying, you know. And what did I tell you? I ordered you to clean it up together. And what were you doing? You know, I was like flirting with Slavia in the library. What's wrong with that? I didn't know what to say, as deep down I knew that she's why. Don't blame him. Semyon was helping me at the library. Oh really? Yeah. Well, that's all great and stuff, but to cut a long story short, you won't get dinner tonight. How is that? Why? I protested. I'm a grown man. However, my protest looked more like a demand for a refill at the prison mess hall. Bold and daring, but still stupid and counterproductive. Hopefully that will teach you a lesson. At that instant, Olga Dmitrievna looked more like an ancient Roman legionnaire commander than a tiny pioneer camp leader. I had no idea how to oppose her. Forgave him and hold me responsible. The camp leader took her time to think it over. Alright if you say so. Thanks. Well, that was easier than I thought. We hurried inside. Well, I'm gonna join the girls. We had a prior arrangement. Take care. She smiled and waved her goodbyes. Seriously, where would I be without her? There were no free places near Slavia, and besides, I hadn't been introduced to her friends. It seems that I will have to share a dinner table with Electronic and Shurik. There were no more places to sit. Yo, what's happening, nerds? Every time I had to deal with them, I got an itching desire to tease them, or at least to drop some cheeky or cocky banter. It might be too risky to behave that way, but the Electronic brothers were my primary source of positive emotions. How are you doing? Fine, what about you? Hits and misses. Did something happen? Lots of stuff. Mind sharing? No, some other time maybe. Suit yourself. He made a helpless gesture. We're going to the ball after dinner. Electronic giggled. I know that, and do you guys have partners because you don't look like you'll have one, haha. Who would you want to ask out? I hadn't thought about it yet. What about you? I. It seemed that this question caught him off guard. Ask Ulyana, that will make her happy. Oh, officer, this man right here. No thanks. Electronic firstly waved his hands. And you, Shurik, you gotta ask Alisa out. Yeah, Shurik, come on. Thanks, I'll pass. He looked calmer than his mate. Oh, come on, guys, it'd be fun. And in any case, we've got things to do. We still have to finish the robot. Oh, that's a marvelous idea. Ask your robot out. Can it dance? It can't even walk yet. Shurik probably missed the point completely. Yeah. Come on, man. Shurik, you can't read sarcasm, huh? Why, it would be a great demonstration of our achievements in front of the camp. And what would we show to them? Yeah, you're right. They both stared at their plates disappointedly. What? It's over just like that? And it was over and the pioneers started to disperse. What will you wear for the ball? I asked Shurik and Electronic. We don't have anything special to wear. We'll go as we are. He indicated his pioneer uniform. They don't seem to care about their appearance at all. Well, why should I care then? Wearing my winter clothes isn't an option, so I'll go just like this. When does it start? After 9 o'clock. Got it. I left the canteen and deeply inhaled the fresh evening air. I remember those rare dances I used to go to at school. Hesitation, insecurity, even fear. I couldn't dance. I didn't know how to react if someone had invited me. I wouldn't dare to invite someone myself. All in all, if I felt pretty uncomfortable about it. And it was even more unpleasant to watch others having fun. It wasn't envy. More like it was a disconcerting feeling that people were able to enjoy something so odd for me. I thought that there was still lots of time to the bar so I could sleep a little to be fresh in the evening. Entering the camp leader's cabin, I flopped onto the bed instantly and shut my eyes. Wait, what? So you missed the ball? Strangely enough, I got up right on time even without an alarm. Oh, okay. The clock was showing 9. Such a weird thing to happen. I felt sluggish though. Probably wasn't the best idea to sleep during the day after all. I'm going to see Alyssa instead of the dance. So it's time then. A few minutes later, I approached the stage. Maybe it was a bad idea accepting her offer. Just talking to the Vachevskaya means danger. On the other hand, I wasn't eager to go to the dance. What can I do there? I'd only disgrace myself. Now I'm better off listening to Alyssa play the guitar. Coming closer, I saw a person sitting on the edge of the stage with her legs dangling. So you came after all. Alyssa put the guitar aside and jumped to the ground. There was even a trace of joy in her face for a moment. Playing for someone is surely more interesting than being alone. As you can see. What are we going to do? What do you mean what? I'm asking you. Well, you want to... I got a sudden idea that this situation is one of her usual pranks. I should never have expected to hear any guitar songs. I'm going to bed. Bye. I turn around and wave her hand intentionally slowly. Hey! Alyssa grabbed my sleeve. What? Don't you want to listen? Listen to what? You yourself don't know what you're going to do. Of course I know. She took the guitar and hit the strings with a plectrum a couple of times. Sit next to me. I didn't object, and in a moment I was sitting beside her. It's better this way. Mr. Dance, leave now, and then what will I do? The role of a stranger was more suitable for a passive observer and not for the eager seeker for answers, who I wanted to be so badly. So I'll show you how to play the song now. Just like that, right away. What do you mean right away? I haven't had a guitar for a long time. Start with the basics. She could probably guess how long it had been since I had one. My skills were enough to make a cat laugh. It's not difficult. I threw an intense look at Alyssa. It distinctly seems to me now that she just can't express her feelings. She could lose her strength and self-control for a moment, and I get to see a casual and even funny and friendly girl. And then when her self-confidence and impudence turned back on, it was bitchiness as usual. And which is the real one? Maybe all of it. Hey. What? Stop daydreaming. It's night here? Oh yeah, sorry. So are you watching? I am. What song is this? The one I played this morning, of course. Oh, okay, I'm listening. Alyssa made up her mind and started to play. That's it. Did you get everything? I may have understood it, but I probably won't be able to replicate it. How shall I put it? It's okay, practice makes perfect. She is undoubtedly right on this point, but I have problems with practice all my life. Well, now I'm playing her. I took the guitar from Alyssa and tried to play the first chord. It was hard, as if my fingers were tied in a knot and didn't want to be in the right place. I used to be better before, but now I wouldn't even be able to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Well, wait a moment. Looks like you won't be a rock hero. She laughed kindly. It may be better this way. I hissed, vainly trying to remember the order of strings to press. Well, the guitar started to make devilish sounds resembling the groans of a wounded dinosaur. Oh, they sound bad. My left hand fingers constantly missed the right frets and my right hand didn't strike in rhythm. Let's call that progressive rock. Progressive? Well, give it back. She took the guitar away and it sounded completely different in her hands. I felt embarrassed by my clumsiness for a moment. Alyssa's skill may not be on the level of professional guitarists, but nevertheless she played simple things like this with confidence. She must have had a lot of practice. Did you get it this time? She finished and offered the guitar to me. Well, I did better the second time, but it was still a long way from Alisa's level, or from an decently adequate level. I was aware of how totally worthless I was compared to her. It seemed so simple, just play a song with 3 chords. The tune is too simple though. I put the guitar aside. Alisa was lost in thought for a moment. Even a preschool kid could play it better. Thanks. I tried. So I noticed. Oh, she can put a smile on her if she tries. She might be trying to demonstrate her evident superiority at playing the guitar. It's not like everyone can be a musician. Not really. Alisa looked up at the sky. Though you can't be one, that's for sure. Hey man, what's that? You should have hurt yourself. I started to regret coming here. Well, don't mind me, why does Alisa need to do this? It's obvious that I'm a horrible guitarist. Obviously. But if I had some practice. So will you practice? I don't know, let me think about it. The guitar was the least of my problems though. I'm stuck in a strange world I can't escape from. That's more important than a stupid argument with Alisa. I suddenly felt an annoying self-pity, a pity, and an urge to leave this place to forget this evening. Those feelings left a nasty impression and a burning desire to do or say something stupid. While the title Everlasting Summer is tricky though, like maybe you will be stuck here forever, right? As if it would change anything. What? What is that face, man? Meaning to play the guitar. Usually couldn't. Just strum the guitar for a couple of days and give it up. Alisa words pierced my heart. You know what? Oh well, should she know? Is it any concern of hers? Am I reacting this way just because it's true? And that is Alisa who spoke that truth. You can know how to do everything. Probably not. We should be able to at least do something. So are you saying that I can't do anything? Come on, don't take that personally. How should I know? You know, I what? Should I tell her about my computer skills? Or about the books I've read and movies I've watched? Oh well, this is a pointless conversation. That goes without saying. You're only concerned with having fun. And you do nothing but whine. Forget it. I jumped down from the stage and walked away from the concert area. Go then. I heard Alisa yelling to me. I'm already going. I hissed. The path led me back to the square. There was Slavia in the center of it, sweeping the area. Oh, Samyon, hi, I thought everyone was already asleep. No, what are you doing? Cleaning out after the ball. Why didn't you come? Just... And where have you been? I hadn't the slightest intention of telling Slavia how I embarrassed myself on stage with a guitar in front of Alisa, while the whole camp was having fun at the square. I took a walk. Okay, but you should have come, it was fun. Glad you enjoyed yourself. I've been sweating like a pig today because of worries or just the hot night. Hey, do you know where I can have a bath? Certainly. Go straight, then a bit to the left by the path, then to the right, and there will be a bathhouse. Should I accompany you? Yes, please. No, why? I totally don't want to burden her more. I walked along the forest path in the direction Slavia showed. My whole body was itching. How didn't I notice it before? And more importantly, what else hadn't I noticed? If things keep going like this, then I'll have to stay in this world forever. I shivered at the thought. Probably at the idea that I didn't feel any terror, or even just fear. Just like it's all the natural flow of things. I could see a bathhouse behind the trees. And why do the pioneers have baths here? Olga Dmitrievna had said something about repairs to the showers though. No reason to worry about it now. There were soap and clean towels, so I quickly washed myself, went outside and breathed in the chest full of fresh night air. Ah, it's so wonderful that physical cleanliness brings spiritual cleanliness. all of my problems, if not went away, then at least became less important. It's like the water washed away not only dirt from body, but also the anxiety from my mind. I suddenly started yawning, so I headed to the leader's cabin, rubbing my eyes. You again? It didn't take even a few steps before Alyssa jumped out from the bushes. You, what are you doing here? I was just washing myself. She came to her senses and spoke again. And? And what? How should I? What is this girl's problem? And why do you speak it if you don't know? All my peace of mind vanished in a moment. Only the irritation and the weariness remained. Okay, well, if you don't mind. Wait. Now what? Back there on stage you thought that. Well, I didn't want to offend you or anything. It's okay, I'm not offended. I just can't play the guitar. Nothing special, a lot of people can. I felt that there were obvious signs of irritation in my voice, but I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to say everything to her face right here, right now. Exactly, you can. Oh, what a way to add alcohol to the fire. Alyssa obviously restrained herself from laughing. Oh, I've already had enough of you. She totally drove me out of my wits at that moment. In another second, I would have started to yell at her. Or worse. Wait. Will you just leave me alone? Alyssa followed me but didn't try to stop me. I really didn't want to offend. Some invisible power made me turn around. Okay, can I go now? Yes, of course. In the moonlight, Alyssa looked very beautiful with a brief guilty expression on her face. If she could only keep her mouth shut. May I seen better? What are you smirking at? Although, nothing, I just thought that if only you were a little bit more polite. Then what? I shouldn't say such things. People could get ideas depending on their intellectual abilities. They're nothing. You should finish what you started. There's nothing to finish. I'm very tired and I am going to sleep. Stop right there. Don't make me run away from you. As if you could. Oh, that sounds scary. She may be right. I am already exhausted from this day, and naturally, I had no intention of running after a bat. So what? What? If only I would be more polite, then what? Try it and you will see. Why should I do anything for a fool like you? Don't try. What does it have to do with me? I sighed and dragged myself to the square. And what about you then? What? I replied without turning to her. Well, if I would, then you... I don't know what are you talking about, but let's think that I would if it is easier for you. Moran. Alyssa yelled at me and headed to the bathhouse. The square shone with the cleanness of a German robe, which were washed with shampoo, or so people say. What? That's Slavia for you. And I just argued with Alyssa and nothing else. What for? As if it was really necessary. And her behavior. In any other situation, I would have surely said that Alyssa likes me and just hides it behind her rudeness. That might be the case actually. That's not important right now though. Relationships, love, anything. Maybe she isn't even a human. And what if she was a human and all this was happening in the real world? I drove those thoughts away and headed to the leader's cabin. Tiredness had overwhelmed me. It was like an invisible obstacle stopped me in front of the door. Olga Dmitrievna certainly would like to know where I was and why I missed the dance. I'll get a full interrogation for sure. Counting the absence of Alyssa at the dance too, it wouldn't be hard to guess that we skipped it together. On the other hand, should I even tell her that instead of going to the dance, Alyssa practiced playing the guitar, and I just went along with the flow? Nothing special actually. Doesn't really matter why I left. So, at the same time I thought that it could be better to keep silent. Well, I decided on the spot. I sighed and pulled the door handle. Oh, take a look at that. Olga Dmitrievna was already waiting for me, wearing a dress. So Semyon, where have you been? Ooh. Let's be honest, why not? To tell the truth, I was at the stage with Alisa. And what did you do there? Play the guitar. Okay, that's not important. Why didn't you come to the ball? Well, frankly speaking, I don't like dancing. So what? It was a camp public event, which means every pioneer had to attend. She looked at me intently. You could just sit somewhere quietly. I'm sorry. I sighed. Okay, the leader softened. Go to bed quickly. The storm had passed. Oh, come on, no night event with Olga? Fine, I tossed and turned but couldn't sleep. My head was full of thoughts about music, guitars, and Alisa. I wondered, could I become a professional musician? And do I even want to be one? Why should I want to? It certainly would be pretty fun, but nothing else. Or is Alisa the reason? She really is like an energy vampire, sucking all your juices. Ooh, that sounds wrong. My eyes started to close and I fell asleep a moment after. Day 4. How many days do we got here, man? I woke up with a hellish ringing inside my head. The ringing seemed to be coming from the depths of my consciousness. What's going on here? But after I came to my senses, I realized that the cause of this ringing is my alarm clock. Really? Is that really it? I actually doubt that. Strange, where did it come from? Why is it standing near my bed? It was 7:30, according to the clock. Wait, why does it feel like 3:05? I had already left, and there was nobody to force me to go to the lineup. Thus, I can sleep a bit more. I closed my eyes, but seemed like my consciousness had already had its coffee and was ready for a long, productive day. I need to get up. I should plan my day out. After all, I need to at least find out something today. But still, nothing came to my head. Fine, I need to wake up completely and wash myself. It's you! On my way to the washstands, I met Xenia. What got you up so early? Anything wrong with being up early? She looked at me as if I had insulted her. No, nothing, just curious, what are you so mad about? None of your business. Probably she was mad about the canteen thing where she was calling me out or something. Gosh, Xenia isn't very sympathetic even when she's in a good mood, but today she just looked furious. The cold water perked me up, the fog in my head dissipated, and my thoughts started arranging themselves. Curiously, I started to worry about finding a good place in the canteen more than about finding answers. I brushed my teeth and was going to leave when a quiet sound wafted past my ears. It's probably a squirrel or some other animal. I heard another sound, this time a bit farther. I walked 10 meters along the path, searching for the source. Nobody, just the morning forest. Oh, it's been a while, Miku. I returned to the washstands and saw Miku, who was looking for something in the grass. Noticing me, she smiled and jumped up to me. Oh, hello, good morning. I accidentally scattered my tooth powder, just trying to gather it all back up. The dewy grass didn't seem to be helping matters. Are you sure that's a good idea? Well, why? What else can I do? I don't have any more, it was the last I had. She pouted like a child who had just had her favorite toy taken from her. Here, I'll give you mine. I dug into my bag. No tooth powder there. Strange, didn't I just put it there? I walked away for just a minute and now it's gone. Listen, it looks like I have forgotten it. I didn't want to tell her that it had just gone missing. Knowing the sensitivity of this girl, it was safe to assume that vanishing household goods would impress her so much that her brain would reset itself in order to avoid overheating. Well, I'll be off. Yeah, cheers, visit me in the music club. I'm still alone there, but I. Miko's voice faded in the deep freshness of the summer morning far behind me. Getting back to the leader's cabin, I took my cell phone and looked at the battery meter. Enough power for a day, maybe even less. Of course it won't help me much in here, but still. Finding a charger in the 80s would mean inventing it. So regardless, the morning was shining and beautiful. The bright sun was shining over the space and time displaced Pioneer Camp Sophianok, warming its residents and filling them with energy to spend the day productively. Or in my case, to waste it in futile efforts to find an explanation for everything happening here. There was an unusually large crowd near the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that pioneers laughed as much as the canteen, but why were they all crowding on the porch? I came closer to find out what was going on. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. They were all the familiar girls, all going to be Thrift and Electronic. They were having a lively discussion. I drew closer. Ah, Samyon, have you seen Shurik today? Nope, what's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappearing pioneers, well, that's something new. But he was with you yesterday. She was talking to Electronic. Yes, he was. So you woke up this morning and he wasn't anywhere to be found? No. Oh gosh, did you kill him, Electronic? Why didn't you come to me immediately? Well, I thought that he got up earlier and went to wash up or something. Did he mention anything yesterday? Interjected Slavia. For example, that he was going somewhere, for instance. No? What exactly is so horrifying about that? It's only 9 AM. He might have decided to go for a walk. You don't know Shurik. She looked over at me seriously. Well, no, I don't. But I didn't see anything suspicious in this situation. Okay, let's stop panicking. We'll find him. How could he miss breakfast? Oleana grinned. Exactly. Time to eat anyway. The pioneers proceeded into the canteen. Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only free place was the table with Alisa and Oleana. Take a seat. She pointed at the chair next to her. Why do I always eat with Oleana, man? I sat down. Aren't you gonna get your food? Good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Today's breakfast didn't look much different from yesterday's, but it looked more appetizing. Or maybe I was just very hungry. Or maybe I was eager to finish it off as soon as possible to avoid yet another Oleana prank. Yeah, that's for sure. Wanna go to the beach with us today? When? Right after breakfast. Generally speaking, relaxation wasn't on my agenda today. But if I was going to spend my time thinking, why shouldn't I do it while getting a suntan? Sure, why not? Ah, cool. She smiled nicely. I bet you're planning another prank. No, not at all. Oleana waved her hands at me. She sure is. Alisa grinned. She's always like that. I looked at Alisa attentively and suddenly remembered yesterday evening. Her strange behavior, our quarrel. But now she looked like usual. Maybe there's no need to say anything to her. Though I wasn't going to do. At the end of the day, everything that happened that night stopped seeming unusual, as if it was all just a dream. No way. I think she's right. Nobody believes me. Oleana took her tray of dirty dishes and stood up. Enjoy your meal. She said it in such a way which left no doubt. Nothing good awaits me today at the beach. Me and Alisa were left alone. You know, I guess I shouldn't go with you after all. Why is that? Well, I've got something to do. And what exactly would that be? She looked in my eyes and I couldn't even find an appropriate excuse. I don't even have a swimsuit. Try my... What? What? I mean, it's different gender here. You think it will fit me? Give it a try. I don't think it's worth the effort. Don't be a whim. We'll find you some swimming trunks. Those words only added to my fear. Wait for me by the canteen. I'll be back soon. Okay, so don't I get a choice to not go with them? There's nothing wrong with waiting for her, is there? Finishing my breakfast, I left the building and sat on the stairs. Pioneers, all having their own business, hurried past me one by one. No one stopped by me. No one even looked in my direction. It seemed that they didn't consider me a stranger, but exactly the opposite. Just another teenager their age, their comrade, you could say. I caught myself thinking that I had started to consider this camp and its inhabitants with not as much caution as I had on the first day. Indeed, Alisa was back in a couple of minutes. Ready? Ready for what? She gave me the trunks. though you hardly could call them twonks. They look like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Boy! Is this a prank? Actually, they were boxers. I'm almost afraid to ask, but where did you get these? Too scared to put them on? Well, you know, I have not the slightest intention of doing so. I appreciate her joke. I wasn't going to make myself a laughing stock. Put them on, she said roughly. Why don't you try them on instead of me? Yeah, man, I think that the color of the swimsuit would set off your eyes very nicely. Let's make a bet. I had no desire to accept her bets. No thanks, man. Alright, you either go to the beach wearing them or you swim naked. How about I don't go at all? Weighing the pros and cons, even the second option seems better than the first. I'm not planning to go anywhere at all. Then I'll tell everyone that you left these trunks in my cabin. Whatever, suit yourself. Just tell that. Why would I do that? How should I know? She burst into laughter. I didn't want to argue with Alyssa, so I decided to go to the beach in the end. Boy, you give up so quickly, man. But not in those flamboyant trunks. Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Don't be late. She ran off after saying that. I dragged my feet to the leader's cabin to get a towel and to hopefully find something like trunks.